Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here for episode 15 of my Frankenmuth series. We are rocking and rolling. A few things I did off camera. We obviously ended last month, and yeah, so I sold our dry corn for one, which made us $470,000, which was great. This truck over here came on sale. This guy right here, which I've been using now, I basically bought it for this reason. I bought it so I can just use it to haul barley around and not have to use a separate vehicle. It was 30 grand. I figured, you know, why not? We have some extra money. We've earned it. So this will just make life easier when it comes to moving barley around, which is great. So I bought this. I also bought a new trailer. I need to sell the other one off, actually. Let's go down to the store. I'll show you the one I bought here. Yeah, it's still down over here. Let's just jump to here. This help me? Yeah, here we go. So this was on sale, 30 grand. This will hold more bales, pallets, things like that. It'll make our lives a little bit easier, I think, to transport things. So I'm going to sell our other trailer off. I just need to do that. I forgot to do that. So yeah, 30 grand. That's like over 50% off for this trailer. This is like a $70,000 trailer, so that was great. I also sold our beet harvester off because I decided we're done with sugar beets. We made a ton of money, or we will make a ton of money. We're going to make $600,000 off of selling the cotton we got off of this field and this field, which also, as you may see, I also bought field 11 off camera, and I combined these two fields. So we're going to do cotton in this one, cotton in this one. We're still going to do corn on here because corn's a pretty good money maker for us, actually. Eventually, we'll buy this field and probably do a big corn field down here. I actually think on 31 down here, I'm going to do like a little bit extra corn. So we'll do a little, probably corn and corn down there. Obviously, we have our alfalfa down there. No big deal. And this field up here, I think I'm going to put cotton in as well. Cotton's a big money maker. Well, I don't know. Maybe we should put like a grain in there because I kind of want to buy a new harvester. And then, I don't know. We'll put, I'll decide. I think actually we'll put cotton in there. I have to plant cotton in February. So it's February right now. That's why we're going to do that. The other thing that I have a slight issue with, I forgot last year to plant canola and barley on their planting season. So if you don't know, when playing with seasons on, you can't just plant willy-nilly. So I was like, crap, we really need the barley. The canola is less important. We're just going to lose money if we don't have the canola. But the barley is super important. We need it to feed our chickens. So I know how much barley we get off this field every year. And, well, let's get over. We're almost to the field here. I promise we're walking over there. The problem I have, what I did was I turned seasons off and planted barley and canola. That's what I did. Yeah. The barley's not growing. It says it's growing. It hasn't changed. So, yeah, and the canola has a similar issue. So, yeah. We might just take a loss on the canola, and I might just add in the barley that we normally get off of this field. I know that's a little cheaty, but I think that's pretty reasonable since I took the time to plant it and take care of it. And I also did the same thing for the canola. So between the loss on both, having a free harvest off of this, I think is very reasonable, considering we're just going to have the land just sitting. So it is what it is. It's kind of a bummer. I forgot to do it. As my bad. I tried to be sneaky about it, and it just is what it is. Obviously, I know in real life you couldn't do that. Farmers would just be screwed if they just forgot to plant. But it was just an oversight. I was trying to get a lot of stuff done off camera and stuff like that. So I'm just going to fix it this one time. Hopefully you guys aren't too upset about that. We need it for the chickens. I think that'll be fine. I did look around. I tried to find, like, I mean, the other option, too, actually. It's double fertilized. Does it need anything else? That's a good field. This is a good field right here. It's wheat. Oh, that one's barley down there, too. Maybe we'll buy those two fields, and that should be enough feed, and we'll just take the loss on those two and chalk it up to we're idiots. Or more specifically, I'm the idiot here. So since those aren't growing, maybe just because we have to make it up now, we're going to have to buy those two fields, which is fine, because is that one also in as good a shape? Let's turn that off. Yeah, it doesn't need plowing or lime. Yeah, those fields are in really good shape, actually. So they've been taken very well care of. So what's that? We're looking at 175 and 166. I mean, we can afford, let's just buy those both right now. In general, I try not to buy fields, harvest them, and sell them back. So I'm going to try to hold on to both those fields. I'd prefer to do that. So yeah, maybe I'll plow these two under. We'll put something else in them. We could do. It's February now, but we could plant other things. I mean, we can plant other crops. We could do a little bit more corn if we wanted to. The problem is I can only dry so much corn. Can't do rice because we don't have the fields for that. I don't want to put rice fields down. Soybeans is not actually soybeans is a pretty good cash crop. Maybe what we'll do then in this field and this field is we'll put soy in both of those and then just do cotton, cotton, and cotton there. So we can do some harvesting because I want to buy a new harvester this year. I think that's kind of, and it's probably on the thumbnail to be honest. Yes, I do eventually want to buy for us. I'm just kind of talking future goals here. This guy is an epic piece of cotton harvesting magic, but I think we're a little ways off of that. With the $600,000 coming in, I think we can get some harvesters or a harvester at least this year to start. And I think I've made my decision on the harvester. I really was thinking about getting a Case IH, excuse me, AF11. Goodness, I cannot talk anymore. I was thinking about that, but I honestly think I'm going to go with this guy. 18,000. Did I install any new mods? I think I might have, but yeah, I think that goes up to 22,000 liters. That's insane. Yeah, I don't want to run John Deere, and I've used these kind of harvesters before, big John Deere harvesters. I want to do something different, and I've never done the Kloss. I've never really done a Kloss harvester setup, so I'm thinking of getting this. 8,900. What are we looking at? 590. That's for the bigger engine. Which, yeah, we want the biggest engine because that's how we are. So 590. That's almost 600,000. That still saves $150,000 compared to getting one of the AF11. It doesn't hold as much. The AF11 holds a little bit more. I mean, and gosh, it's such a beautiful piece of equipment too. It just is. And I'm hoping we don't need to buy headers, but yeah, I don't know. I'm so torn because I really like case equipment. I really do. But I think these will be good. I think these will be good. So I think we'll probably go with these guys. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Those are kind of my next two major purchases this year. Hopefully to get a harvester, and then next year get a cotton harvester. But I mean, our farm at this point is kind of at a point where it's turning over millions a year. And I'm also going to start actually repairing things. So we're going to have a lot more repair costs this year because I've been not repairing things because we've been kind of tight on money to make sure we bought back the farm. But yeah, that's what I got. I'm going to keep working, get cotton planted, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys probably, I don't know, honestly, because there's not a whole lot going on until we start harvesting. So I'll let you guys know when something's going on. I'll see you guys hopefully soon, maybe when we're buying that harvester, something like that. But yeah, I mean, I know that I've been doing just a lot of the stuff off camera, and I've been doing hours of stuff off camera in between segments of recording, but that's kind of how it is. I mean, I guess I could take care of the chickens with you guys in here real quick so we can do something, take care of the cows. We can do that sort of stuff, but I mean, it's mostly stuff we've done before. We're just kind of trying to build up the farm. We have done a really good job, I think, in the time we've been on here of really building this farm up, and this is a cool truck. I've never really had a good reason to use a truck like this in the game, so I've been really excited to use it, to be honest. Forward just a touch there. For whatever reason, it doesn't like me to back super far up for just how it's set up with the trigger and things like that, but yeah. So yeah, maybe we'll take the losses on those guys and we'll call it good there, but yeah, all right, I'm just gonna keep working. You guys don't need to watch me do this, so I'll see you guys here in a little bit. All right, it is April. I'm getting ready to take care of the chickens here. We've started the rest of our spring kind of planting and things like that. They're kind of happening. I forgot that soybeans can no longer be planted with a regular seeder, so we're gonna have to use our planter for everything, which is fine. We may actually look into maybe buying a planter, to be honest. Put that in here, and then that'll get the chickens squared away. The other one's already full. Perfect. All right. So, yeah, we have to plant corn here, which the planter's doing right now. Corn here, soy here, and I decided to do soy here. We already have cotton done. Cotton took forever to plant as well. With our planter, it's just taken forever. We also need to harvest this. We have a lot of stuff to do. This is gonna be a busy month for us. I also did buy a new truck. This guy was on sale, 54% off. So it was like 30 grand. Every farm needs something like this. And honestly, one of the things I want to do, and I'll kind of show you. For one, I think we should see what I have in build mode here for, like, I should go to here, silos, yeah. 50 pieces to store goods. It'd be nice to have something to, like, store our eggs somewhere throughout the year. Maybe, like, right in here. Doesn't necessarily have to be that one, it's just something. That one's too big. We already have one of those, too. I don't want it to be... This one doesn't look that nice, really, to be honest, either. I might look for a different pallet storage than what we have available. I like to put like a pallet storage here, and then we can use... Nope. Well, there we go. We can use this guy with the auto load function instead of just throwing the eggs off to the side. And then having to try to back our now bigger trailer that we have to use in there. We can do this. This just makes way more sense, and I think it'll auto load inside here. Oops. Well, not if I hit things. Regardless, I want this truck anyways, even if this doesn't work. I unload. Alright. Should be able to load once I get near pallets. There, shift R to start loading. Oh my god. Oh. What if I go in here? Alright. So the problem might be that it won't load inside of here. Shift R. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Well, if we pull out here, we have to be off of that trigger. Is the problem. I guess I can still do this, I guess. It's just, this is not working out as I wanted it to. I wonder if I actually do this. I have a better idea. Nope. Reopen those. Gosh darn it. Alright, get in there. What if I pull up, this will be easier to do over here actually right now. What if I pull up here? What the heck? Alright, that's one other experiment we have to try. Let's make sure it's not this guy itself, not the truck itself, because we can always reconfigure the truck if it's not going to haul pallets. Okay, well, it's not the truck itself, so it's definitely where we're trying to do it. What if I back up? Interesting. This won't pull them out of there. What if we are on our edge near these pallets over here? Unload that one to start. Nope. Interesting. It just doesn't want to pull them out of the building. So I could always just pull up right here, and then we can throw some pallets out. You know, it's better than throwing them, I think, the way we've been doing it. So we can start storing them. I still kind of want to try to do this because it's kind of it's going to be a pain anyways in here. So it'll give me something to do when the workers are busy, taking care of our fields and what have you. Yeah, this will work pretty good once we get it going. I think. I'll say, where'd the other one go? But it's over there. Very confused for a second. In the future, we can just put them out here so we don't have to. It'll be less of a hassle if we actually know this is our goal. Excellent. I'm sure that one more row is very much gonna work, hopefully. Yeah, alright, perfect. I could make it a little wider and they'll probably go the other way, so I probably can make that, you can configure the auto load. But that has room for 6 more. That one's stuck. Alright, well, let's do this, because when this happens, it's kind of a pain. Learn my lesson. Delete that. Then turn that off so I don't accidentally delete anything else. For animal products. Go back to there. So many things to spawn. Alright, there we go. 3. 5. Oh, I grabbed the truck. Perfect. Excellent. There we go. 24,000 eggs. So now I can haul these over to wherever we're going to store them. Which I think in the farmyard behind the house is a good spot. Eventually we're going to have to rebuild our whole farmyard, but yeah. That's quite heavy, so maybe I'm not going to worry about getting more on there. But anyhow. I will try to find us a better one, something that I want to use for that in a second here. let's see what else we got going on. Let's take a look at planters, because this one's great. We could use something probably bigger. This one's a really good planter, actually. 12 meters, 7 miles an hour. 7 miles an hour, though. That's pretty slow. 12 miles an hour, 18 meters. That one's perfect. That's the Plains and Prairies one? Oh, interesting. Nice, nice, nice. I have not really used that one yet. It does liquid fertilizer, which is a little bit different, but that seems to be the standard for most of the planters. That one's solid fertilizer. That one's obviously solid, but we have a liquid fertilizer tank still, which is intentional. I didn't get rid of it on purpose. Because I knew we might need it someday. But this should be liquid fertilizer, right? I don't think there's any in it. Yeah, liquid fertilizer are perfect. So yeah, we can still do that and buy liquid fertilizer, so that's easy peasy. So we might end up actually just... I mean, I might buy one of those. $290 is quite expensive. 18 meters at 12 miles an hour. It's better than... That one's a little bit bigger at 11 miles an hour. That's just a better one. Just the best of the best right there. Requires 500 horsepower. We got the equipment to pull it. So, yeah, I think we go ahead and purchase that. Yeah, I think we do that. We have the cash for it. Now, we are going to buy some harvesters, at least one harvester. So that might be, you know, something else to think about. I haven't even been using our Kloss quad track for field work. I've been mostly using this guy right here. But yeah, okay. Well, we'll keep planting and stuff like that. I will find something to put right there, but that's my plan with the eggs. So, yeah. Anyhow, I'll see you guys here in a bit. Welcome back in, everyone. So, I have purchased 2 harvesters and 1 header. Our current headers that we had for the next set will work fine with our new harvesters. I tested it. So we only needed 1 harvester header because I wanted to have 2 grain headers. Eventually, we'll probably upgrade all of them, and I'll explain kind of what we're going to do and everything like that here in a bit. I also totally forgot to mention, we sold the cotton that we harvested last year for $609,000. We currently have $62,000 in the bank, and we have $1 million in debt. But we're going to pay that off by the end of this year, no problem, because our farm is an absolute money-making machine. So I'm not even worried about that. And the next year, we can make even more upgrades and things like that. So, yeah, the harvesters I decided to go with are the Fendt Ideal NTs. The reason for this, I recently went to the Farm Progress Show in Decatur, Illinois, and Fendt was the ones that invited me, and they didn't make me do this or anything like that. Someone will say, oh, blah, 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 they paid you to do this. No. Fendt was very kind. They did cover the cost of our hotel room for us to go, but I still had to pay to travel there. So overall, it still definitely cost me more money than if I had not gone, but they wanted to take us out there, and they had a big farming simulator thing at their booth. They want us to do some bale stacking with them, and they also let us drive these. And also, we got to drive a Gleaner harvester. I also drove a Massey 9S, which is super cool as well. But yeah, so anyhow, our farm is going kind of down the AGCO route, I think. And these guys are quite expensive. So if we go in here to harvesters, the ones I bought, they're a modded one. Not the paralevel. This one here, because I needed more horsepower. This one only goes up to 647. I needed 790, and I'll explain why we needed that. So this, I bought it in this configuration, 155,000 more for that. And you can see there's a steering wheel in there. The version we drove at the show was the Ideal Drive, which is no steering wheel. There's a brake pedal if you really need it, but you just have it, you turn with that, and then you throttle with that, and you can just make fine adjustments. It was very cool. Very cool. It was an awesome thing. Awesome thing. I hopefully will have videos out on that eventually at some point as well. Actually, they're probably out by the time this episode comes out, because episode 14 hasn't even posted yet. But anyhow, so I bought 2 of these. You can see $650 a piece. That was quite expensive for headers. Eventually, we're going to get... Is it this one? Yeah, eventually we're going to get 2 of these guys. They're 18-meter corn headers. LPTO? Yeah, that doesn't matter really a whole lot. And we might be able to go... Might even go like a Fendt classic green on that. Well, it wouldn't really go with our harvesters. Our harvesters are kind of black, so they're like a Gearing Hop black, jet black. I don't know, I feel like the Fendt harvesters are kind of more of a lighter kind of black, but we'll figure that out when we get there. But anyhow, we'll get 2 of those eventually, because they have 18-meter working widths. And the header that we have that we're using is this guy right here, which is 19.2 meters. It's huge. It's very expensive, but it's huge. So I went with one of these. I did do the transport wheels so we can move it around easy if needed. But yeah, so this is the one with our old Gearinghoff header, which we're gonna run that in a second as well. But let's get. I mean, we gotta. This thing is huge. It's insane. Look how big that header is. And it does run it at 6 miles an hour. I want to make sure that this is going to leave a straw swath. Okay. Can I get, yeah, that's perfect. We'll do steering assist on that. Actually, I'll do AI worker because I am going to want the AI worker to start doing that. Start with the headland. Yeah, that's perfect. It's going to be, let's go ahead and have the AI worker start. All right, let's get this one out of the way. Or no, is he going to be able to figure it out? I don't know. Let's get this one out of the way. This one's going to be in the way anyways. I actually don't know why I brought this one out because we really only need one harvester for that field there. But regardless, maybe I'll take my thumbnail shot here in a second. But let's get in this guy. We're not going to get the yield bonus with these. That's the downside. So we're not going to get like the 10% Nexat yield bonus. We're not going to get as much as we normally get off our fields. But they're just so cool. And that's such a wide header. It'll be a lot easier to bale this, that's for sure. But yeah, so I had to bring you guys back in to show off the new harvesters. That's what I got. I'm actually going to unhire the worker here real quick. I'm going to try to spread out the straw swath evenly across that. Because I'm going to take a beautiful thumbnail shot here in a second. Probably with those silos in the background, but anyhow. Get that right up to there. This is how I do my thumbnail shots, is I just try to be super cool about it. And this one I'm going to just bring up the field from right here, so there's a little bit of barley in between the two. And this one will go a little faster, because this header will run at 7 miles an hour. Oh, interesting, it's only running it at 6 miles an hour. When I tested it without any crop, it ran at 7 miles an hour, so I wonder if they fixed that. So yeah, there's definitely no reason then to keep these headers other than we already have them, so I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. But yeah, this is the ideal way to go. I'm hilarious. All right, I'll get a thumbnail shot. I'll get this field harvested. I'll keep going through what we got going on. Let me back over that, so we spread that out a little bit. I don't know if that actually helped a whole lot. There's a lot of straw coming out the back. A little further forward. Okay. Dip out a little bit more straw. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. These are our new harvesters. I'm pretty happy with them. I think they're going to serve us well. And make our lives a lot easier and make harvest a lot faster. A lot faster. Harvest will definitely go a lot faster. And especially as we start getting more fields across the map here, we start buying some more fields and stuff like that. I mean, it's not going to matter. The yield, having a 10% less yield is not going to matter as much as us getting stuff done a lot faster. We're going to harvest grass next month because it's at its first harvest state there. Yeah, and then the wheat field should be ready next month. And soon cotton and stuff like that will all be ready. Corn will be ready, and we'll get all that stuff going. But yeah, I'm going to keep working forward on things like that and getting us further along. But yeah, I just want to bring you guys back in because, boy, do we have some cool harvesters now. They're so cool. When you see stuff in real life, you want to use it in game. That just is the way it is. But yeah, there you go. If you guys, yeah, that's what I got. If you guys want to try using these guys, I highly recommend it. They're pretty cool harvesters, but especially in real life. Any agco stuff, really. But anyhow, okay. I'm going to keep harvesting, keep doing some work around the farm. I'll bring you guys back in here in just a bit. Welcome back in, everyone. We're making a lot of good progress here. I did buy a new corn header. I sold our other corn header, and I sold our other grain header, the ones that are from the Nexat, because what I've learned, yes, it will harvest with them. However, it thinks you're a Nexat still, so it tries to drive like a Nexat would, and it basically just doesn't work on the fields. So it confuses it just doesn't work. So I had to get a new... what I did is I didn't want to invest in both grain headers. We have, again, right now, my other harvesters out harvesting our soy. Because we have soy here. This is some of my attempts to get it to work. And then soy here. So we'll just use the big grain header. He's full now. You can empty him in a second. But get all that stuff done. Corn, and then corn. And we'll use the corn header for that. Then this guy can just chill. One harvester can get the rest of that stuff. We're almost done mowing down here. These guys are getting weeded, which is great. They're almost done weeding that. Our barley's in those fields all planted, good to go. And then this we're going to turn into hay again. We're almost to a point where we need to do silage. We're not quite there. We still have, we definitely have more hay than silage, but we have like double the hay that we have silage, but we used hay slightly more than double. of that. And then we have cotton over here, which is going to get harvested once the cotton harvester is done here. Cotton harvest is going to be the biggest thing that's going to take the time. So plenty of time to harvest the other fields. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, corn header works great though. It was $100,000, so we're another $100,000 in debt. But after selling the other two headers, we have almost $100,000 in the bank. So we're not doing too bad. I mean, starting next month is when we start selling things. So I'm honestly not even remotely concerned about it because I think we're going to be just fine. I think we should be able to clear this year out. We won't have a lot of money in the bank at the end of this year, but we'll definitely be debt free. We actually might still have quite a bit of money, to be honest. We're a fairly successful farm, I think, at this point. Yeah, we'll do that headland one. Let's go ahead and start in the headland. See how they handle that. Should be just fine, though. AI workers have been doing absolutely fantastic, so... Yep, there we go. Okay. And that's off doing its corny thing, if you will. Yep, this guy's doing weeds. I need to get some... Might as well fire that up. I gotta get a lot of cow food. The cows are doing really good. They're now reproducing. So in 9 months, we will have new cows, and we'll sell these cows off for a huge profit as well. So that'll be a good chunk of money about midway through next year, which would be great. They're eating through a lot of food right now, so I might have to start putting food in every month, but or every half month. We're already doing it every month, but yeah. All right, this guy's done here. But anyhow, yep, that's what I got going on. I just want to bring it back in. It's a very busy harvest here for us at the Frankenmuth farm, but we're getting things done. I'll see you guys probably towards the end of the year when we wrap up and kind of do our kind of our finance and everything for the year. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. All right, welcome back in, everyone. We've been doing good. It's not quite the next year yet. I sold our beet storage over here, and I put in this storage because, well, why not? Because we need a place for cotton. Now, it only shows 4 bales in there, but there is 17 total, 16 20,000-liter bales and one 13,000-liter bale, which are going to sell next year, as well as our dried corn and our soybeans. All that stuff's going to sell next year. Eggs are actually the only thing we're going to sell this year. And I also put these 2 new sheds in here. I put them in a little while ago because I was running out of space. But yeah, so this will make it easier. And I actually forgot to grab the eggs that we have in here out. This is what I do. Don't judge me. This is how I do it. I've been doing it this way for a while, to be fair. And I think you guys already knew that. I had to get them out of here a little ways, so that way they will... Get them all set up nice and neat-ish. Boy. Again, ish is the key term. It's fine out there. And then from this, I should be able to, theoretically, shove them all out. And I can collect them here in a second. But yeah, it should make it easier for us to store all of our eggs and get them picked up onto the truck at the end of every year with those extra sheds and all the space over there. But yeah, I filled up the other 2 sheds because those sheds don't hold a lot, to be fair. Just throw that guy out there. And this is probably slightly faster than me grabbing each of these individually. Dealing with them that. Gosh darn it. Come on. There we go. Closer so I can actually do this. That was pretty good. We're going a little further out here. And then we're going to get in... Let's open that back up because that'll bother me. We're going to get in our little flatbed. Get them transported over here. We'll put them... I'll actually just put them in the sheds because I haven't done a full year of stuff. But, yeah, of eggs in those sheds yet. Their current configurations. Let's do this. And I also want to give a quick little shout out here. I don't normally do like shout outs for other channels except for like people that I know and stuff like that. But Odoggy12, who's got a very small channel, go check him out on YouTube. I was at the Farm Progress show recently in Decatur, Illinois. And he came to the booth and he challenged me to bale stacking and I beat him. Just barely. And the bet was, you know, I'd give him a shout out if he won. But I decided still to give him a shot anyways, because, you know, way to go. So I thought that was great. But anyhow, yep, I'm now subscribed to him, and you guys should go check him out as well, if you'd like to. Yeah, I don't think he's got a lot of content up there yet, but yeah, younger guy. Anyhow, dump those into there. I said I would give him a shout out, so I wanted to make sure I was a man of my word. But yeah, okay, now we can do. Let's turn this guy off. Get this fired up. Now we can actually sell our eggs off here. I haven't had you guys in here when I've been selling stuff in a while, so I don't know, I just thought, why not? I am curious how much, oh boy, that was kind of strange. I am curious how much space we're going to have after I have it spawn eggs out here. This is what I feared. This is going to be a little bit more challenging than I thought. So maybe do 10 at a time, and it won't spawn them all the way across there. Let's get back in our trucks. I think I can squeeze the truck through here. Kind of. Yeah, this isn't... I didn't think this all the way through. So maybe do 5 at a time. But we'll get in here, one way or another. Start loading those guys. This truck should hold pretty much most of them. But yeah, let's do... How many do... I think it only put out... Let's do 5. 5 will do 5. Alright, let's load those up. I think it can do more than that. I think let's do... Let's try 7. Try 8. Ooh, it will spawn them out all the way further, but there's how many in a row? 6 in a row. Oh, I guess it didn't actually spawn all 8, so we can do 8 or 6 at a time, or 7 at a time, I guess. Which 7 at a time will work perfect for how many's left in there. Alright. I know this is a little bit more painful. The other side will be faster, I swear. Actually, doesn't matter. I could have just hit enter for all of them, and it would only spawn what it could spawn. So, that's what I should have done. There we go. Alright, let's get... Scrape along our house, just wrecking our house there. See if we can't get... lined up a little bit better here. Go over just a touch there. Alright. That should be about as close as we can get. 5 at a time for this. Might take a little bit. Thankfully, this one's the one that has the lowest amount of eggs in it. I guess it's throwing 6 out at a time. Keep hitting my sticky notes on my desk. Got so many sticky notes everywhere. We'll have to do that one more time. The last one, was it just one more in here? Yep. Okay. And now before we even do anything there, let's go to the other side and get these guys. Just spawn as much as you can out here. There was not enough space to spawn all the... Interesting. So I guess it only goes 3 out anyways, but that's fine. This truck should be able to hold all the eggs. Should be able to. I think it'll auto-load all the eggs up. I hope that from right there, grab all of those eggs. Moving a little bit, which is my bad. Yeah, I didn't like that, so it's not going to stack quite as neat as I want it to. Alright, let's reset that. Put some more out. Some more out. This should keep going, and I actually might start grabbing them from that other side as well. Just get still in progress here. Universal Autoload. Fantastic mod. Yep, there we go. Actually, we can just keep on keeping on then. Oh, nope, I wasn't quite fast enough. Yeah. Oh no! You're kidding! You won't put those extra pallets up there? Get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here. Alright, well... I mean, I could throw them up there, but that's quite a few to... I don't know. I'll just make another trip off camera. But that's just... You know what? No. That's quitter talk. Let's see if we can't increase the auto load height of this thing, which this is going to take longer. This process of selling these eggs. Now you see the suffering I endure on a regular basis in episodes here. This is taking far longer than I expected. I thought this would be a quick 3-4 minute clip. Then I forgot I got those eggs or didn't grab those eggs out of there. All right, I'm hoping that right here I have access to it. Customize. Okay, and we should be able to do. I'll close that. Can I? There we go. And I think I also have to change. If I change that, it'll actually customize. I'm worried that if I keep it here, and I raise this up, it's not gonna. I'm worried it didn't actually change anything. It probably didn't. Let's just go for it here. I guess I could have checked while I was there. Oh, I just shoved some back in there. Nope, didn't. All right, we're just gonna haul this. We're just gonna haul this. We're going to the farmer's market. This is enough eggs for us to deal with for now. We can actually just take the little small flatbed truck and haul the rest of them. That would actually be pretty easy. Oh no! 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 Oh, it's giving me ETS2 flashbacks. I rolled a truck recently. ETS2 is very sad. All right, let's try that again. We're just gonna head down the road. Once we're going straight should be fine. I didn't feel like we were going that fast to begin with, but we just got to get right over there. Go straight down, then we just got to make a left. To be fair, I got to be careful because if we get too much speed here, it's going to be difficult to make that left up ahead. I did think about buying some of these other fields. There's one with cotton, one with corn, but I decided not to do it. All right, we're doing good. There we go. Okay. Nice easy corner. We're gonna make it. This is like a third of this video is us trying to sell stupid eggs. That's ridiculous. For all the things we've done this year on this farm. Ridiculous that that's a third of this stinking video. Oh man, oh man. All right, and it should be this side, I believe. Yep, there we go. 432,000, just like that. All right, I will bring you guys back in January, and we can look at finances for this year. But yeah, I'm not gonna bring you back in until then, unless something really bad happens. But yeah, I'll see you guys in January. All right, we have finished another year. We have a nice layer of snow out here. It's a beautiful day on the farm, and it's time to take a look at our finances. So, yes, let's go to here for the year. Vehicle running costs, we spent $365,000 on that. That's mostly because we were repairing the Nexat stuff to sell it. Sold assets, 413, 410, 193, 5,800. So we got about $1 million in sold assets. $1 million in harvest income. We'll do much better than that this coming year, I think. $500,000 in products sold. That's the eggs and then some slurry here and there. Yeah, so not too bad. We did show a loss of $583,000 despite the fact that we purchased $2 million worth of vehicles, which is pretty impressive. So we're doing really good. Everything's good here. Spent about $24,000 loan interest. We spent a lot on fertilizer and lime. Spent $72,000 on that, which that'll probably be pretty consistent. So yeah, it just kind of is what it is. But yeah, so all good stuff there. Our asset list has been updated, and then here we are. Our current farm value is $5.2 million. Which, I mean, despite the fact that we lost money technically this year, our farm value went up by over $1 million in value. Despite the fact that we lost money, because we gained some good assets here, which I think I did, and I even did that, I'm pretty sure, with, yeah, I have our current loan balance of 1.1 million, and I subtracted off that. If we get that cleared out, the farm value jumps to 6.3 million. So, yeah, that's all included in there. Yeah, we did good, I think, personally. I think we did good this year. We had a good year. Next year, at a minimum, I like to buy a new cotton harvester. maybe just another John Deere one to add in addition to what we got going on. Obviously, we have our two, we're going to do barley in these two fields now just because that's the cycle that we're on. Alfalfa down here. We'll probably do corn and corn again there and there. We could do another cornfield. I did think about that. Maybe we'll buy like 32 or something and do some corn on that. What does I got on it now? Nothing right now. It looks like it's plowed as well. Yeah, maybe we'll do some corn on there or something. That'd be a good, these 3 cornfields here would be perfect for what we got going. Or maybe this one is a good cornfield here. Actually, that's a pretty good field. But yeah, we'll do soy, and soy, I think, again. Or maybe I'll do soy and soy. I don't know. Yeah, maybe soy and soy up there, and then cotton, 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 if we're going to buy another cotton harvester. And then we could buy, I mean, this field I'd love to buy eventually as well. And then I would like to kind of cut these weird divots off of it and make it a more like kind of L-shaped field like that. We'll leave that deep corner there, but I want to cut all this off, which I know that's quite a bit of the field, but I would rather it just be easy for our workers. We're not really that tight and strapped for fields there. But yeah, if we wanted to buy those 2 fields, that'd be 600,000. So we'll see what we get into next year. Early on next year, we're going to be selling a lot of our good stuff because we still have cotton to sell, which I think we'll get about 800,000 for our cotton. Our soybeans, we should get about 600,000 for. Plus, we'll probably get like 300-ish thousand or so for all of our dried corn. So we're going to do just fine. That is for sure. But yeah, we may at some point too. I mean, this area is getting pretty packed with stuff. I'd love to build a new updated farmyard somewhere. And maybe that's something if we hide these houses here, because I can do that. If we buy this land, we can cut out, this chunk here. Well, if we hide those houses, I guess I kind of want to make that a field. But we could just take, this area right here and make a big starting farm right there. I'm not sure if there's, I mean, I'll scope out. There's some areas here and there that maybe would be better to use. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of trees and stuff here. We could cut down a bunch of the trees and or at least hide them. We don't need to do anything crazy or use like a wood chipper to chip them all out, make a little bit of cash back on them. But yeah, I would like to set us up a better farm area, essentially, is what I'd like to do. But yeah, anyhow, that's all I got for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bells so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.